Wars have been fought over oil, others over land, religion, and ideology. But in the 21st century, the most vital resource of all might be the next major trigger of conflict: water. This is the story of water wars, where they might erupt, why they matter, and how they could reshape the global security picture. In 2023 alone, over 300 violent incidents around the world were linked to water, from riots in the streets to armed clashes on international borders. As water scarcity intensifies, so does the risk of water turning from a life giver to a weapon of war. Water conflicts aren't new. They date back thousands of years. In 2400 BCE, two Sumerian city-states fought over irrigation channels. In the 20th century, tensions flared around the Jordan River and the Nile. But unlike oil wars, full-scale wars over water have been rare so far. Historically, shared water has often led to cooperation. Over 200 treaties have been signed, but things are changing, and fast. So, let's look at the key regions where water could become a flashpoint. Firstly, we have the Middle East. Egypt and Ethiopia are locked in a tense dispute over the Nile. Ethiopia's megadam could cut water to Egypt, a country that depends on the Nile for 90% of its water. One Egyptian president warned, "Any threat to our water is a threat to our national security." Further north, Turkey's dams have drastically reduced water to Iraq and Syria. In the chaos of war, groups like ISIS used water as a weapon, seizing dams and cutting supply to local populations. In Africa, conflicts are often localized yet deadly. Climate change and desertification are shrinking rivers and lakes, while erratic rainy seasons make farming and livestock herding increasingly challenging. In Nigeria, herders and farmers clash over diminishing water and fertile land, resulting in thousands of deaths over the past decade. Lake Chad has lost 90% of its size since the 1960s, struggling to support the local communities that once relied on it. The situation leads to scarcity, mass displacement, and rising extremism. South Asia is a pressure cooker. India and Pakistan share the Indus River under a fragile treaty since the 1960s. And as we already know, tensions have risen recently due to India's control of dam projects in the region. Pakistan fears these could threaten the country's water supply. Additionally, China's control of rivers flowing into India and Bangladesh complicates matters further. The construction of dams on the Brahmaputra River raises concerns for India about potential water diversion, while Bangladesh faces threats from upstream interference and rising sea levels. With climate change melting the Himalayan glaciers and causing erratic weather, pressure in the region is expected to mount. Then we have Central and Southeast Asia. In 2021, Kyrgyzstan and Tajik soldiers exchanged fire over a disputed water reservoir, highlighting the fragility of water sharing agreements in Central Asia. These nations rely on two rivers. Climate change has exacerbated these tensions over water. In Southeast Asia, the Mekong River flows from China through 5 countries, and China has built upstream dams, causing the downstream nations to accuse it of withholding water during droughts. This has harmed fisheries and local economies in the Mekong Delta. Without enforceable water sharing agreements, mistrust is rising, and the Mekong risks becoming a geopolitical fault line. So why now? There are 4 big reasons. Firstly, climate change, which has seen more droughts and less predictability. Second, you have population growth, more mouths to feed, and water is needed. Thirdly, you have bad governance, corruption, and mismanagement. And lastly, you have tensions over borders. Rivers don't respect borders, so obviously this can cause tensions. And this all has implications for global security. The risks of water wars means more than just regional instability. These conflicts can lead to large refugee crises, destabilized continents, and it can also drag in global superpowers. A single water dispute could have a ripple into the commodities market, migration trends, and military alliances. Experts have estimated by 2030 that global demand for water could outstrip the supply by up to 40%. Nearly 700 million people may be displaced due to water scarcity. And will the world come together, or will it be torn apart? That's the defining question. Water wars are no longer the thing of fiction. They're an emergent reality. As the planet heats up and populations are booming, understanding water security isn't optional, it's essential in the global security picture. If you found this video informative, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it. I'm that Intel guy, and this has been another deep dive into geopolitics of one of our most precious resources. Thank you for watching. See you!